about it. I think you should go ahead whenever you're ready. We have 75
Okay.
participants, so that's excellent.
Oh, well, wonderful. Well, thank you for being here, guys. I mean, this is all, I just think we're doing the best work I've done in 40 or 50 years of trying to help people with government programs. And I'm so happy that it's the response has been so great to customers and helping us, and that we're able to do it for $20. That's the biggest thing I had in my mind. Most people that do this kind of work, want to charge 500, 5,000 and everything, anything they could get anything they think they could get. And I started out that way, helping Fortune 500 companies, and I charge them thousands because they're willing to pay it. But they're no fun to help rich people. You don't feel needed, because if I charge them 5,000, they go pay 10,000. They don't care. Yeah. So I didn't feel needed. But figuring out a way to do it for $20, man, that is just terrific. And all you members have made us not only to stay in business, but to be profitable, to also give back money to members. I mean, that to me is the biggest joy I think we all have here, is that the opportunity to give money back that the members gave to us, to do this work. And so instead of, investing in airplanes or stock market or anything, no, it's the members that make this happen. And you're responsible for everything here, and a very important part of everything. And particularly, I see that they add information that we can't even do. I mean, the members are becoming a more important information source for other people than we are. And that's just a wonderful feeling. But I want to get just spend some time talking about what you get, because this is evolving every day. I mean, we've been at this maybe a year and a half, 2 years, something like that. I didn't think it'd be this successful. That we'd still be in business that long, but it looks pretty solid, and it's growing, and it's being accepted. I mean, when you act like an idiot on TV, people compliment you because they like to be entertained. Here now, we're getting compliments that really help people. Wow. I mean, that is able to change a life somehow. And that's why, to me, we all feel so powerful that, God, something we know, a phone number we know, could actually make someone's life so much better. I mean, that's why I feel at my age, man, I have nothing better to do for the rest of my life. Is if people think, if I could help people like that with something we know, there's nothing better to do. And our job is to figure out a way to get it so you digest it, instead of giving you a fire hose. I mean, everybody goes to YouTube and Google and stuff like that, and it's really a fire hose of information. So we've narrowed it down, but it's still a mini fire hose that we're trying to figure out how to get to in a format that people will help. And it's really educating each other. We have to learn from you how you need the information. My biggest problem is my asset. My asset is I know all this stuff, and that's a handicap because I can't sit in your shoes thinking what you need, and that's why Sabrina is closer to that and is so helpful with her, training and things like that, because she's closer to that. I get, sometimes excited about some esoteric thing I found. Instead of person, I just need to pay this goddamn bill. Yeah. I don't care about getting a grant to go to the moon. And that's what's hard to do. And that's what's so nice to have people involved. And then the members tell, hey, you're crazy. And actually, somebody just told us today on the group, he was showing that, hey, I've been a member a couple months and I already got $2,500. And he was sort of like complaining about people who complain they don't get anything. So, and I think he was implying that we should put the bad information somewhere else. I mean, if you want to bitch about what we do wrong, he was saying you should put that somewhere else so they don't confuse it. But, I wrote back and said, no, we want to know that. I mean, that's the only way we're going to grow. If otherwise, we're making love to ourselves. If we only want you to see what we think is important. And that's no way to make love. Making love is pleasing somebody else, not pleasing you. And that's what this is all about. And we built this thing so quickly and different every day, and we don't know what we're doing. So how we expect you to know what we're doing? And that's what it is. So the name for all of us is flexibility. But we've done some really cool things recently, I think, particularly most of all this stuff is because she has this the knack of doing it and formatting it. I don't have the patience and everything. So I got a list there. Sabrina sent it out to everybody who was here. And I don't know if we could put it also somewhere else after this or something. I don't know. There must be a place. But a listing of all the or maybe you want to see, should I share my screen or whatever or not? Do you I'm not sure.
Either way, Matthew, I can have you share your screen so you can interact with it, or I can put it up for you as you talk about it. Either way.
Let's see. Now let me put. So I click on screen share, right?
Yep. Let me stop my share.
Okay.
Now you do that.
Oh, now I got to find it.
It's along the bottom. It should be right about the middle. It says share screen with a little green arrow
share,
up.
Yeah. Okay. I see share. Open system preferences allows them to share a screen. Okay. Where'd it go? Where'd she go? Share.
I was seeing, I've made sure I didn't need to do anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, let me just review it because you'll see the report. It'll be, maybe we send it out again if you don't see it somewhere to put it. Can you put it in the chat thing? The link.
Yep, I can do that.
Well, they can, that way they have it now if they want. So that's the chat. And there's, I broke it down about 13 different things that you can get from us that I think are important. And the first one is personal help. I mean, it is, with the fire hose of information and everything that's out there, you go to, Google or whatever, and you put in grants and you just get, 500 million websites, and you don't know, I don't know. It's all nonsense. Yeah. And most of it is swimming with the sharks. It's just people who want to get money from you. So what we do, I think that the biggest, foundation of everything we do is really through personal help. Okay, so in other words, you have one place. You don't have to go to Google. You don't have to go on the internet. You could just come to us and say, hey, I need money to start a teacup business. I need money to fix up my roof or whatever. Okay, now we know exactly where that is, or most likely to be. Now, nothing is exact. We can't guarantee you're going to get anything. We just only guarantee the sources we give you are real. And they're there, they get money to solve people's problems for free, okay? And that's what we show you, the best possibilities to get your problem solved for free by using these government programs, nonprofit, or options that never charge you money. I mean, see, this is, to me, what we do is every website we show you will never charge you a penny for anything. You go on the internet, man, 99, 44, 100% of these websites are there to make a living off of you. Okay, the people we send you already making a living. They don't need to get any money from you. And that's what we show you. See, and so now you have one place. Hey, I wonder if I could get a grant to go to the moon. Okay, yeah. Well, we'll show you the best possibilities to do that, to save you how many hours, weeks, months. I mean, we know, ourselves, we've been looking for stuff on the internet, for months sometimes, and can't do it. So now you compact that, and so it takes us 24 hours maybe to answer or a little, but man, you're going to save thousands of hours. And headaches and wasted money and everything. So that, and you get that 50 years or 40 years, whatever the hell the experience we have doing this, right at your fingertips for $20. That's why I think is the most incredible bargain proposition, on the internet. We have to try. I would do it for free, definitely, because we all enjoy doing this, but we have to eat, and stuff like that. That gets in the way, mortgages and all that kind of stuff. So that's it. I mean, and other people that sell grants, I mean, there's probably a few that are pretty legit on them. Most of them people are just trying to get money from you in any way, and it's all sales, and that's what the whole internet is, sales. If they can convince you they know what's in your mind, and they package something that sort of, they could justify somehow that this is it, and they throw you in the water, and that's it. And we're not that way at all. I mean, I know this stuff more than anybody in the world. I've written 100 books on it. I've sold millions and millions of copies, New York Times bestsellers lists, and a couple times. I have awards from the American Library Association, best reference books of the award. I forgot even about those things. I was a syndicated columnist for New York Times and Good Housekeeping magazine, Chicago Tribune. So even though I dress like a clown, it's really legitimate stuff I'm doing, but I just have fun at it. And if I don't have fun at it, then life is pretty boring. And I don't want to have a boring life. That's what I find. So you have personal help, from probably the best expert in the country. I mean, that's a biased opinion, but I really can't find anybody. But I hate saying it because my mother would slap my hands, or the nuns would anyway. You shouldn't act like that. Okay. Okay. Now, the other thing is what we talked about, learn from members. Here, it's the members that add value to everything we're doing, good and bad. People will say, "Hey, Lesko, I can't do shit." So that makes us better. And then somebody else says, "Oh no, this group is doing a big job here. This is great. Look, I just got $2,500." And that's it. So it's the members. I think that most of the services, it's some guru on top that's saying they know everything. And man, I don't know everything. That's why I love working every day. I learn something new, everything every day. Now, the other thing what is great about us is that everybody who's a member in any way is to download your state mini grant report. Okay. Now that is something everybody should have. Your state. I mean, I spent a couple of years doing all these things. And because that's the way the information is. The information is really on the state level. That's where it is. Money comes mostly from the federal government, but then it goes to the state, and they're the programs that hand it out. Okay, is at the state level. So what we have there is the state mini grant reports, and they're all for free. See, we have another website called Lesko Reports that we charge like $5 for a report or whatever. As a member, you get all our reports for free, okay? And the one that you really need is your state mini grant. Because see, what's good about the states, and what's good about that report, you don't know the questions to ask. See, before I used to wear question mark suits. Now I wear hard suits or a little bit of both. And it's the question mark suit is because people don't know what to ask for. So you don't know. You could get the right answer if you know the right question. Okay, that's the problem. We don't know the questions to ask because we're not knowledgeable enough about this, the information we need, and like getting grants. You just can't put in grants. You just won't get what you need or what to ask for. And that's why this is a shopping list. This is like a main shopping list for your state of how to get, where to go in your state for all the major financial decisions you have in your state. So if you have a problem with paying bills and expenses, okay, right there in your state, you have a whole listing of the people of all the major sources in your state. And there'll be 24 at least there that help you solve that problem. None of them are getting money from you. None of them are they're giving you money. They're either or giving you free services. So they'll never solve a problem like that by getting your money. So that's what you want to do. And they're already paid for and everything. And it's where there's services, like somebody and his mother have to move and things like that. Well, there's an office there that helps you with a senior find another housing. So, you're going to go Google and not even know what the hell you're looking for. No, these are people who are getting paid big money, to tell you the truth, to help you for free. They know this. They've solved that problem 1,000 times in the last 2 weeks. So it's a lot easier for them to solve it than you or anybody else. So that's what. So it's the same for not only bills and expenses. It's for starting a business or a nonprofit or an invention or anything like that. You want to make money at home. Same thing. Money and help to do that. from your state. You have to go there. Don't look for Washington. And then you go for education, training, job. We got so much money for job training. There's no excuse for you not to get take a course for a couple months or whatever and double your salary. This is the kind of money they're giving out. And it's not in one place. That's why for under job training and education, man, we got 50 items or something just in your state. Then you got healthcare, dental care, and even pet care for every state, all the sources that have money and free services to do that. But how do you know? They don't advertise. See, none of these people advertise, so you won't know about them. And that's what's important. And it's legal services. It's anything you could think of. We just did one for seniors and people with disabilities. That's going to be people for raising children. That's going to be another item that are part of these one-stop centers. So that's what you got to get. Okay, you have to do that. Okay. And get that free mini grant report, and remember, there's a link there, and you just go. And then we have hundreds and hundreds of reports that we answer and give, and Sabrina has all these reports too that are custom for you. And all these reports, nothing costs extra. Nothing will ever cost you extra. You get it anywhere, on the internet. They hook you in with a fee, and then everything is adding more. Everything is, you'll never pay more than $20 for us. That's why if you're on some other site and people are, you're on Facebook even, the trolls sneak in and they pretend they're me and they want to charge you $500. Well, right away that's a scam. If the people are saying they're me and they're charging more than $20, man, they're a scam. They're not me. The same way on YouTube and things like that. And now I'm sure they're and on TikTok, the same thing. So that's now also, to me, what's really neat, and we're getting to use this more and more, is Let's Go Help 2. That's what we're on now, watching this. Well, we started with Let's Go Help on Facebook, and that's becoming problematic. Facebook is so big and so screwed up. It's hard. So we started this about a year ago, and it's starting to grow because it's easier to do things like this. And there's less noise, there's less ads. You won't get caught on ads or anything, and it's easier to keep it from people sneaking in and all this kind of stuff. But when you belong to one, you get both for the same price. So you could even go to letsgohelp2.co and join and never touch Facebook in your life. Or if you're already joined in Facebook, you get this for free. And if you join on Let's Go Help 2, you also get Facebook for free. So it goes back and forth. Okay, now the live events. Now this is what Sabrina has been doing, the last couple of months, and I don't know if she's still raising her kids. I think she farmed them out somewhere. Somebody else is raising them now. So because she's doing all this stuff. But she said all these things, what you're seeing now with me, this is the beginning. See, I want people to know, okay, here are the best things we have that you should be aware of. I mean, because you get in that and you see we have, 10,000 members and they're all talking, doing stuff, blah, 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 whatever. There's so much things, it's hard to know what's going on. So that's why this report, okay, this is the one. So you have the this is the introduction, boot camp, basic training. For how to use Let's Go Help. That's what this is today. So our motives and the basic things to do. So when in doubt, if you don't know what the hell you're doing and you don't know where anything else, you just start a discussion. This is it. Then you get me, Sabrina, somebody that say, okay, yeah, here's what you need, here's where you go, or whatever. And this is where that to me is gold. Where else are you going to get that for $20? I haven't seen it anywhere unless you get a robot. And there's always this temptation, artificial intelligence. What is that? Artificial intimacy. AI, artificial intimacy is really what it is. Then they don't ask the questions that are meaningful to you. I don't know if we'll ever get there. But I just watched a video that Sabrina did on her partnership and accountability. Man, this is terrific. I never would have thought that. I see the people that are in there. Now that's another free video service and help. And it's really for members to help members to keep on track. The biggest problem we have is when it becomes a pain in the ass to do what we really want to do, we'll always find excuses to do something else, like what I had to do, term papers in college or whatever. Man, the night before it was due, I was cleaning the oven even just to have something. Oh, this oven needs cleaned. It's about time I do it. Anything to postpone what I really had to do. And that's what's neat about this accountability thing. So then she has her own core, research that helps you more personally, one-on-one, and other people too, in group meetings on Thursday at 8 o'clock. So this is a Tuesday at 8 o'clock. So her on Thursday, 8 o'clock helps people, and that's the training course. And also all these are archived. So you can go back and see them or whatever to get a sense of what it is. It's eliminate the mystery. I mean, you don't know what's going on. We're guessing. We're just, a couple steps ahead of you. That's all. So it'll save you time that let us point you. So you're going to have to do a lot of stuff yourself. And that's important to remember. It'd be nice if you say, well, I want to go to the moon. And okay, here's the application for going to the moon. It'd be nice if we do that. And we do that once in a while. But more likely, we have to say, okay, these are the places you have to check. And what's neat about that it's not computer dependent. See, what we're trying to show you how it is that not using the computer is better than using the computer, because there's so much information. Nobody knows what it is. And you have to talk to people to get to the good stuff. So if you're only, relying on the internet, that means you're like a robot. You have to think of what the internet calls it to think, and you don't know. But if you talk to a person could instinctively know what you're looking for. You're calling it the wrong thing and all this kind of stuff. So that's what's great about people. So that's why we give you phone numbers. You talk to people. That's what it'll save you hours, days, years of searching the internet, going around in circles when you talk to a person. Because there's people that will do what we do for free. So, there's people who get paid by the government to help you solve those problems. That's who we want you to know, because that's better than the internet changes too quickly every day. New programs come and go every day or whatever. So you can't keep up on that, but you keep up with people. You find the people who know all that stuff. You don't have to know the stuff. You have to know how to find the people who know that stuff. And people in your community who know that stuff. That's why one of our favorite reports now, we have the 7 people in your neighborhood help you get grants and don't charge you $20 like we do. And that's what you want to know, because you can talk to somebody. Hey, I'm trying to do that. And they know what you mean by this. You don't know what you mean. You're guessing what the government thinks you should know. The government calls it something else, you wouldn't even believe it. I mean, listen to this now. 80% of the free money that the government gives out is not even called grants. Okay, so if 80% of the free money is not even called grants, and you're looking for a grant, you're missing 80% of the free money. See, that alone, that's why we have to be and use it. You find those people that are in business to help you solve financial problems in life with free sources or whatever. And you just say, I need help. Because if you ask them, hey, I need a grant to do this. Oh, no, sorry, we don't have grants. And you're gone. No, you don't want to do that. No. And the best way to get a grant is never ask for one. Because you're going to, first of all, miss 80% of the free money. And so you don't ask, you just ask for help. Hey, I need help. This is what I'm trying to do. I need help. And then it becomes a numbers game. It's like getting a job, like getting a date or whatever it is. I mean, you don't go and knock on a door that you're hiring today and they are, but not you, and you go home and wait for them to change your mind. No, you can't do that. You got to go to the next. So that's why the things like the partnership and accountability program is okay. And then you talk to other people. Yeah, it was a pain in the ass, and I barely got anything, the first time. And that's what we need. And that's why, see, the members to me are so important to help each other like that. So the other things we have is what we call the Government Grant Gopher Award. And that's what we want you to share your stories. Oh, I don't have a Gopher Award here with me, but it's a coffee mug. Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, she has one, maybe. Sabrina, you have. Oh, there it is. Yes. So I'll send you one of those Gopher Grant Awards. So it says you're a Gopher Grant superhero, superstar. And for your story on what you had to do, to get that grant or to get the information you need or whatever. So that again is to encourage other people. So the training courses, and then there's a program we have set up that a month like at-home research grant training program, and it's a step-by-step that Sabrina set up to show people how to do this. So, and that's where you have to practice and have some skills if you haven't done it before. And we give awards there too, but they're not coffee cups. We give like $250 to 4 people every month who did the most work in their research. Okay, so that's it. So you can make money. You can make more than you'll ever pay for us just by doing that. Or, I mean, and the best thing is the $30,000 that we give out every month. Something I never thought we'd be doing in our life, in my lifetime or whatever, to give that kind of money. We're not a big organization. I mean, we're giving away more money than we get. And that's, it's such a joy to do that. And I'm so proud of all of us for being able to do that, and my own, controlling my own personal greed too. Because, boy, it feels so good when you're giving him. And that's what I think life's about. Maybe I'm an old guy and, things are different at 79 than they were at 29. But I'll tell you, it feels good. And that's what is important. So and also I have here people on this list. Look on I have a video instructions on how to find past questions. So we have so many people that ask questions. So if you want to know, like, I need business grants in, Illinois. So there's a search, you can see that. So all the answers, I mean, we've answered thousands and thousands and thousands of these things. So it's an easy way to ask, or people want to find their own questions. They ask a question, they forget about it, and they don't even know what the hell they asked or where the information was for the answer and all that kind of stuff. So you could get that too, and a way to do that. So that's right, get that list, download it, chat, and we'll send it out to our entire mailing list, but all the member lists, to make sure you have this, because this is it. And remember, the main thing, when in doubt, you don't know what to do, is start a new discussion, either on Let's Go Help on Facebook or Let's Go Help too, and say, hey, I need help with this. And that's what it's about. It's about us helping you. It's about other members helping you and being kind. I mean, that's what, and I'm so proud of all the people that are helping. I don't tell Sabrina what to do. I don't tell these people what to do. If they ask me, I will, but I trust their hearts, and I know that everybody has your well-being in mind first. And that's all I have to worry about. I don't care how, and we all do it our separate way. Sabrina tells me stuff she does. I have no idea what the hell it is. It doesn't click in the way I think at all. But people love it. So who am I to say? You're the boss. The members are the boss. If we're pleasing you or not is really, now you're pleasing me, and I'm happy. You don't have to please. It's pleasing members that count. And everybody that helps you has that in mind, and it's just a wonderful place for me to work, because I don't have to do anything. They do everything and figure it out, and because the name of the game is just helping members. That's all. I mean, if we know something that could possibly help you in your life, that there's no better joy than we have than sharing that with you. It may or may not work. That's okay. But, it's like being a teacher. You can't solve all the people in the class, but you get some that, that really get to it. And that's what's nice about having different people do it, because different, members respond to different kinds of things. Nobody wants to get an answer from a guy who dresses like a clown every day. You can't trust it. That's fine. And now Sabrina, doesn't she look very intelligent and stable? So we all have different, and we all learn differently. That's the important thing, that all of us have a different way to learn. And the important thing is not trying to force it into everybody has to learn this way. You have to do it that. Man, I'm guessing everyone. To me, life is stumbling onto the right thing. It's stumbling onto happiness. I've written 100 books and only 10 made money. So I stumbled on it only 10% of the time. So I'm wrong 90% of the time. And I have data to prove it. And that's so nice. So, and it's the same here in Let's Go Health. I mean, we're wrong, that's okay. You'll be wrong, that's okay. And that's where kindness counts. Then we have if everybody's kind to each other, then we have an atmosphere that it's okay to be wrong, because we will be. And very few times we're really right in life. And I just want to thank everybody for making this happen. It's not me, it's not the other people, the admin people that are helping here. It's you. I mean, you trusting in us and believing that something like this, can help you. I know it's real. I've been doing it for 40 or 50 years, but it takes some work. And that's another thing. Part of Let's Go Help is trying to get people to understand it's going to take effort, because all of marketing to sell you something and get your money is based around making you believe it's going to be real easy as long as you give me money. You give me money and all your problems are solved. And it really doesn't. That's just the start. And that's why I didn't want to be if we charge a lot more money, then we have a bigger responsibility. For $20, there's not a big financial responsibility, and we'll give you your money back no matter what. Anything, anytime you want. And it's important that you can trust us more than that we make a lot of money. But you remember, you get your money back, then we can't give as much away. Don't worry about that. Well, if anybody has some questions before I go, be happy. I see there's a hand up, or is that just waving at me? Is that a hand up? Or
It sure is. Thomas Cameron has had his hand up for a minute.
Oh,
and
hi,
then
Tom.
Melissa Walker.
Thomas have a question, or is he muted?
You'll need to unmute yourself. Exactly, Thomas. There's a little button down at the bottom of your screen, and if you'll hit unmute.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Thomas.
Well, I tapped the hand up by accident and I didn't know how to get rid of it. So,
well, nice.
So
where do you live, Thomas?
I live in Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Oh, wonderful. Is the weather nice there?
Well, no, the weather's not. The weather's nice now, but it changes too much. It changes too often. And I've tried to tap into the grants here. It's pretty difficult here. They're a little more. These guys are a little more tougher here.
It muted you, Matthew, because I was trying to mute someone who had popped up and it jumped on me. So if you'll hit the unmute again, it's on your side. Hit the unmute on the bottom. I apologize.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I didn't know about the mini grant, to download the mini grant. See, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, no, I think the two things you want to do is download a mini grant and apply to our current monthly grant.
Okay.
They're to me no-brainers to start.
Right. Now I've applied to the monthly grant already.
Okay.
For July.
For the July or the June?
The July.
Okay, good.
Because well, I applied for both.
Okay, good.
And now I'm going to, I got to find out where the state mini grant download is, because I haven't seen that yet, that report.
That's okay. Sabrina will get you onto that.
In Let's Go Help 2 or Let's Go Help?
I guess I'm on Let's Go Help. The Facebook
On
one?
Facebook, yes, So where you're gonna look here are files, right at the top. And that has your state reports for you, all listed in alphabetical order for you.
Do you see that, Thomas?
Well, I see a small screen, but it's too small for me to see clearly.
I
So
see.
I'll go to I'll go to the Facebook, Facebook, and it should be there. Is that right?
Right. Over on files. She said over files.
Okay, I wrote that down,
Okay.
and I'll go there tonight and see if I can see it, and then I'll download it.
Great. Well, thanks for your question, Thomas. Who's next?
Sure.
Hi.
Hi, Matthew. How are you?
Fine. I saw your smiling face. Your smiling face just kept me going the whole time I was talking.
Yeah, you are absolutely amazing. I love watching your lives. First of all, I just wanted to say I've been a little negligent of Matthew Let's Go Help. So I'm just starting to get into looking into your grants. I'm a college student. I just started last year this year. So this year has been very cool. My dad got your books.
Oh, really?
And
wonderful.
Yeah,
Please
my
go
dad got a
on.
lot of your books, and so I've been reading them and figuring out the website. So it's been very fun.
Well, thank you for showing up, and thank you for being in school. We need training, whether it's a degree or not a degree, anything. You got to get skills, so that's important.
All right, I hope you have a fantastic day, Matthew.
Oh, I will, and you too, man. Thank you so much. Say hello to your dad. Thank him for me. He
I
sent
will.
my children to college. Tell him. Okay.
I will.
Okay. Who's on next?
It looks like Adrian Kilgore. And Thomas, you can lower your hand in your reactions button down on your toolbar there.
Well, I'm trying to
Hi.
find.
How do you raise your hand?
You raise your hand in the reactions button, just the same. It has a little smiley face with a plus on the top of it. The settings don't allow me to show you the toolbar, even if I share my screen, but it's called reactions with a smiley face and a little toolbar. And I'm getting a lot of reactions over in the chat, so people are getting that figured out. Thank you. Adrian was with us at our partnership and accountability group session the other day.
Oh, I
Hi.
watched all that. Oh, you
Miss-
guys are wonderful. And I loved
Yes.
how sweet you were to everybody. And
Well,
just so
thank you.
supportive. And boy, everybody in this country wants to know it all or something and prove they know it all when they're all guessing. Nobody knows what the hell they're doing.
Exactly.
And I think that's how we grow as a culture, is if everybody helps
Yes.
each other do stuff, they don't know what they're doing.
Exactly. And I'm the one that gave you your name, the best dressed grant guru.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, I see
Put a
that all the
name with a
time.
face with a word, words, right?
Yeah. No, I'm a clothes horse. Yeah. My wife and I, after we gave up our home in the suburbs with kids and everything, she had a 1-bedroom apartment in downtown DC. And we loved this little 1-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
But my biggest problem was closet space.
Oh no.
I mean, in the big house, you know how you have the master bedroom and you had the woman's
Yes.
closet is real big and the man's closet.
Oh,
Other way
yes.
around. I'm the one with the big closet, and she has 5 outfits or something. I don't know how she lives that way, but
Well, you have to have a big closet. Look at you.
absolutely, yeah.
But I just want to thank you and your team. I have not interacted with anyone that's just so kind and
Yeah.
willing to help people that's in need. especially for what we're going through, the midst of a
Yeah.
pandemic, and it's just so much going on right now, division in the world. I just want to thank you guys for just putting this together, even though you did it years ago and I've just come in on it. A lot of us have, but just learning a program is just an awesome feeling. And just to see you smiling in your dress attire. But I do have a question.
Yes.
I live in Simpsonville, South Carolina,
Uh-huh.
and I wanted to know, as far as them giving the grants out, as far as the size of the grants and the amounts, do they give more to the larger states than the smaller ones?
Well, the answer to, unfortunately, everything is, it depends.
Okay.
There are just so many different kind of grants. And the larger stage, it's usually by population if it's coming from the government, the federal government. Like the rent grants and the housing grants, they first allot them by states. And now what's happening, they're giving more for those rents and mortgage grants, but it's by how well the state did in getting out the first money. So if they were well in doing that, then they give them more money, and stuff like that. So you can't say anything you want to say about grants is right. So,
Right.
because everyone is so different. And that's why until you start, when you start getting into it more, you realize, okay, that's not an important question.
Right.
And that's the problem with me doing this so long, is that all those questions that are in your mind are not in my mind anymore. Because
Right.
somewhere, but I have to realize that. That's why it's important. You, to me, are the most important thing, because to hear how you frame a question, is important. I always felt I could get the answer to anything, but I don't know the questions to ask.
Okay, and that's fine. And like you said, I have the material to where I can dig, I can
Right.
call, I
Right.
can show up at your office whether you invite me or not. I'm coming. So
Good. That's what we want. We want to
Yeah.
work ourselves out of a job.
Exactly. But I appreciate your program, and I'll let the rest of the group have their chance. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for being here and saying the kind words. I mean, words
Thank
like
you.
that, there's nothing more important to me. So thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Who else we got? Sabrina leave. She probably has those 2
I'm
dogs.
sorry, we have a missing cat over here. We found him, but my children are in panic mode. So it looks like Lenore Lewis. I'm not sure if I'm getting that name right. Foreman is ready.
Good
Where'd she go?
evening. I'm here.
Oh,
Which one?
okay. Hey, oh, there you are. I see your hand, a real hand.
Good evening, Matthew. Good evening, Sabrina. And good evening, other members. I don't always have the opportunity to look at your information because of health issues, but I truly enjoy when I do get those opportunities. You are such a joy to watch and to just see people love you when you're out and about. So I just thank you for that.
Well, you see me going around and exercising or whatever. I mean, it's such a thrill to be walking down the street and people smile at me. They don't know me, but they just smile, and that's just a wonderful gift. And I appreciate that every second. So how can I help you?
I am from Connecticut, and Connecticut is hard.
Yeah.
You can call, and even if you do have the right question, they seem not to know, or either it's they don't want to give you the information. So then you have to call back again.
Right.
And I'm just looking for more information on how to get grants to help with the financial end of my disabilities, because I am on disability, SSDI.
Well, I mean, we just did a report that for every state on grants and help for people with disabilities or seniors. It's the same report because a lot of the same programs. And these are big. I mean, it's 150 pages or something. So what we have to do is get the one for Connecticut to you. So you have that. Now that just becomes a shopping list. And see, to me, the key to using that is the shopping list. It doesn't matter. You almost could throw a dart into any of those and call and try to find somebody that you could talk on the phone who knows something like this. Oh, there, she's showing you where that is. Yeah. And talk to them. Hey, here's my situation. Don't say you want a grant. Don't you say what you have. I have disability and I have trouble with financial problems. Okay. And what you want to do is see what they think. Because they're helping people like you all the time. Yeah. And so you have to find somebody with the magic of your personality and their personality to meet up. And that may take a dozen calls or something until you find somebody that is ready to do that. Yeah. And that's why what is in your head almost creates the atmosphere for how much help you're going to get back. It's sort of like, if you worked in retail, which I used to, if somebody's miserable coming in and, well, I want a blue tie, that, oh man, you just go on, make that sale and get that sucker out of there, right? But if you could get them to be human, and to treat you as a human and not just to answer your question or whatever, that you're a human being who needs help. And they're a human being that is in a position that may be able to help you. I mean, that's power they have. Yeah. And so I think the more you could be human in that exchange, the more they want to be human and stretch and give you more than just an answer to get paid. Yeah.
I've always, when I'm interacting on the phone with folks, and I notice that there's an attitude in that conversation when I start talking to them, and I always I say to them, excuse me, but did I personally do something to you? And I seem to get a change in the attitude.
Wonderful.
And helpful. Yeah, so I changed that attitude, but then again, they still don't have the answer.
Right.
but at the end of that phone call, we are both kind to one another. Because I don't live with you. I didn't do anything to you. Right. So why are you being mean? Yeah.
That's wonderful, right? And to me, what's great about that, you're talking about the elephant in the room, instead of ignoring it. Yeah. No. Oh, that's a great thing. Well, then it just becomes a numbers game,
Yes, basically it is.
And then when I do it, I just sort of like entertain myself. I mean, I'll tell tacky jokes. I'll do everything. I get the people to laugh, or whatever, because then that keeps my energy level up too. Doing something. So, I just want to get out of this. Give me stuff to let me get out of here. And boy, it is hard sometimes to get that. And I know it's digging them, but there's not much of an option except
just keep going.
Yeah.
So I saw that Sabrina put up some information, but is that in the same manner on Facebook and files type? Like you did earlier?
I think she was basically, I'm not sure where that is.
Unfortunately, it's really hard to contain. So I'll show you what we have available on Facebook, and then I'm handing it back over to you, Matthew. I'll do that in the background.
Okay. Yeah. So that is it in Facebook? I don't know if that is in.
Sort of. There are some things that are here. I believe I've seen one at the bottom of the way I have it filtered. You can change your filters for your files if you want to look at it differently.
But also what you can do is just ask us. Just start a discussion. Hey, I'm in Connecticut and I got a disability. We'll get you that report. Okay.
Is there a group of people from Connecticut?
Yes, in Let's Go Help too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just thank you for a wonderful evening because I just had emergency surgery and I'm kind of sitting here on some drugs.
Oh, right. The kind you don't want to have.
No.
Well, thank you for your kind words.
Thank you. Thanks, Sabrina.
I like those earrings over there.
You're welcome.
She's got the hula hoop earrings. I love them. She doesn't realize I'm talking about her yet. Can you see those earrings?
Yeah,
Ah,
you're talking about me, Matthew. We're talking
yeah.
about Artemis.
Oh, that's wonderful. My wife would kill for them.
I'm actually in the throes of having my own line of jewelry because I love big, bold
Oh,
pieces that
man.
speak volumes.
That's my kind of lady, man. That's like, just be
And
loud and proud. Yeah.
and Matthew, I've been following you for just over 45 years.
Wow, was that?
Absolutely. I actually started out following you in Rochester, New York. I now live in Atlanta, Georgia.
Uh-huh.
But I got a lot of help and a lot of assistance from you when I was in Rochester. I actually was able to open up a few businesses with the information that you gave.
Good for you.
And I was just hoping once I joined the group down here, I've been in Georgia for 16 years. And I've been following you all through that time until you actually started the groups on Facebook, and then Let's Go help too. I actually ended up purchasing your 327 report
Oh, yeah.
manual, and I also belong to the group. And I noticed that a lot of the things that are in the report, and also some things that were posted in the group, when you're actually going to the particular websites or to the areas that are going to give you the information, they're no longer there. So some of the links are basically defunct right now because you're not able to get anything from it. And I was just hoping to find out whether you have anything newer that I can actually utilize to, number one, get grants for charities, and also grants for businesses. Our family has several businesses.
Wow.
And we're looking to get grants to help us grow our businesses, and also be able to hire on enough staff to do what we're
Right.
doing in the throes of growing our business. And I also have
Okay.
grands who are disabled that who we are starting charities for, and we're going to help them run the charity so that they can be familiar with business. So
are you starting a nonprofit, or you have a nonprofit?
we actually are starting one, and we already have one.
Okay. Well, yes, just start a discussion, and that way you get the most current we have. And the other thing, everything does go out of date. But another thing to look at when you get a link and it's not there, look at the main link. In other words, because programs come and go and people change their websites and everything. So a program they had before, maybe that we registered and it's not there anymore, but the organization is, and the organization is still trying to solve that problem, in something different. So that's why if you look at that long, URL that doesn't work anymore, look at the beginning up to .com or whatever it is. And that's where you want to go and contact them, because they will still most likely be in the business of helping that. So the program they had that isn't there now, then you want to contact them to see what is there now. See, that's what I see sources as, is just, you never knew that organization was there. See, and that to me is the gold mine in there. Not that that website is gone, not that that website may or may not help, but that's an organization that works on this problem,
Okay.
And
All right.
that's the important thing to know. And that's why you can, to someone like me, you go into Google and you find stuff, or who the hell knows, but someone who does it all the time, that knows and could tell you what's good and bad about it. And
I'm a true researcher, so
good.
I really research, and I don't only research for my family and our businesses, but whenever someone else brings a problem to me, I try to help them solve it. And
Right.
they can tell you that I do research to the 10th power. And they go, you never stop,
Hey,
do you?
man.
No, you never stop, because the moment you stop is when everything falls
Exactly.
apart, and you can't do that.
Right. Absolutely. And that's why to me, uh, that's why I say you're researching, what you're always looking for is another possibility. So if someone can't help you, you ask them, who else do you think can help me? Because as
Yes,
you're saying, you're out of the game if you have no more sources. See?
absolutely.
So you're in the game as long as you have some sources to follow up on. So you're like a private investigator or a cop, trying to solve a crime or whatever. That you go door to door and knock, hey, did you see anybody Saturday night going there? They're not going to come to you. You have to
Right.
come to them. And that's why, well, no, you're a good researcher if you learn that.
Absolutely. I never give up. I mean,
Right.
there's got to be
That's what involved it is.
resolution at
Right.
the end of one of those tunnels. So, I mean, but like I said, I've followed you 45 plus years. So, and I know that the information that you give is very pertinent to what people need in everyday life. Like I said, I got a lot of traction when I was in Rochester, New York. Just being down here, though, I mean, it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but that hasn't deterred me from researching either.
There's a wonderful, I forget their name. They're go here. Here's a good place to start. Go to sba.gov and put in community. Ooh, I lost you there. I want everybody to see those earrings. You want to look for community navigators at SBA.
Okay.
And then go to Atlanta. I saw an interview. One of the first community navigators is this wonderful lady down there in Atlanta who helps for-profits and nonprofits. And the community
Okay.
navigators are free. They got grant money. They got probably a couple $100,000 just to help organizations in Atlanta, and it's true all over, to help you find money, or help.
Okay.
Oh, there it is, community navigators. Okay, there. Yeah, that's where they are. So that's where you want. And there's a list in there of the community navigators. There's another way to find it, but see, there's the listing. Okay, so you want to find in Georgia. There, Georgia. There it is. Yeah, Micro Enterprise Network. There they are. See, there's another one. County of Fulton. Both of those to community navigators. See, Atlanta and Georgia.
Yeah.
That's what I would do, is call both of those and see how they can make an appointment. See, everything's free. You don't have to worry about getting charged. This is not Google.
Okay.
And they're going to be more up to date on what's new, kind of thing. And they got grant money to help you do that. I'm going to charge you $20. Yeah. They're going to do it for free and know more about Georgia than I'll ever know.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. That's what I'll do then.
Okay.
And you know what? You're number one in my book. I don't care what anybody says.
Well, I got 2 ex-wives. I want you to call.
No problem. No problem. I got you back.
Thank you.
All right. Well, it was
Before we move on
awesome.
to Lawrence's question, I wanted to ask you a question myself and for the viewers. Do you update the Meta Grants report regularly? It looks to me like you keep that one up. That's the Meta Grants 2002. Let me share the
That's the
screen.
newest stuff. I'm starting to a little bit now. I mean, it is so updating it is a killer. I mean, that's why I'm worried if we could do that at a $20 service and how much we could do it and how much. I mean, it's never going to be perfect. And that's why it's really trying to teach people about, see, to me, there are possibilities. If I give you 30 sources, and even if they're out of date, well, there are people who are in that business to do this, and that's what's important. So if you take the meat of that, that URL for the grant, it's really coming from the organization in the beginning up to .com. That's you want to get rid of all that other stuff. Look at that website, which is up to .com, and see what they have that could help. And if you're not sure, then you call them. See, and that's what I feel is part of this. Now, if we get
Absolutely. I was just checking. I had told the other members that I thought perhaps you kept that one a little bit more
Oh, yes, it is.
of a living document, but I didn't know for sure.
No,
Um,
it is. And we're actually just starting now on the bills and debt, the first thing. I'm starting to update that right now, actually, because that's, I want to add to it and everything. It changes. I got new answers every day. And
Excellent. That's why I kept directing members. I said, if Matthew answers with the meta grants report, don't
yes.
think you've seen it all, because he
Oh,
keeps
absolutely.
putting things in there.
Right.
There's stuff, material added. He's telling you, go look and see what's new.
And also that, but even in the metagram, that's just a start. I mean, there's so much more than that there. That these are just starting places. Like the woman just talking about having source. So you need a place to start, to look, and to grow from there. Okay, who we got? Let's do one more. I gotta.
Lawrence has been next in line there. If you'd unmute Lawrence.
Okay, that's me, right?
Ah, what are you
It
doing
is.
outside? Are you growing weed or what are you doing?
Well, I do come from the cannabis background. I'm a certified grower and all of that,
Oh,
but
yeah,
I'm not going to
cool.
talk about that. I'm actually going to talk about something else.
Okay.
So you're right. I have my master grower certificate. So I'm glad you.
Oh,
I
where
just,
did
my
you
wife
get
was
it?
like, "You need to change that background before you ask your question." I said, "I don't have time." I said, "It's already up. They see it already. I just hope they don't know what it is."
Well, what is the master grower from? Who gets that? Give you that?
Oh, you can go to a cannabis training university. That's where I got mine. It was the
I
first
see.
school to offer it, and it's in California.
I see. Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to know about all that stuff, I've worked in grow houses and everything.
Yeah, how can I help you?
Powerful stuff. But anyway, what I want you to help me with is what got me into weed was actually my computer engineering degree. So I
Really?
started out as a Cisco certified network engineer, and they were trying to connect themselves to the state so they could follow their regulations. So when they asked me to do it, I learned about weed. That's what got me into that about 8 years ago. But I never stopped doing that. But in the meantime, I was training on cryptocurrency. So I want to open a school to where I can help people, because like a lot of people in this room right now, even when I say cryptocurrency, they don't know what I'm talking about. And they don't realize how much it can help them. You don't need a lot of money in cryptocurrency to start having an income from it. It takes very little. It ain't like where with regular fiat currency. So I really want to open a school and onboard people to crypto, regardless of which one they want to be. I just get them the fundamentals, because even when you get out of school, they don't teach you about money. So
Right.
here's a new money coming, and now you don't even know about the old money. I feel like a grant would help me really establish a school, so I can because I really want to offer most of my services for free. And I want to be able to, that way I can teach them. Then I know I'm helping a lot of people, start to have a financial future, and we'll all do it together. Like you built this community, I want to build something similar, but for crypto.
Okay. What I didn't have any money.
Okay.
I don't think you need money for something like that. I mean, you can, and you could find out ways but you're going to spend so much time trying to find that money. You could be in business and have real customers and everything to be. What do you need? You need a website, right?
Oh yeah, I've already did that. I built my I started building my website. Remember, I said I wanted to make sure they would be financially free. So what I want to do is I want to build a DAO, and I found a programmer to do it, but he costs like 44 grand to write the smart contracts for me. And I need that so I can give them a way that once you go to my school, I want you to always have money coming in, regardless of whether you out working or what you call it. And with a DAO, I can take the
DAO? I don't know what
I'll
that is.
get one after a while.
It's a decentralized autonomous organization governed by smart contracts, so that when I put money into different investment tools, it automatically will spit money out to people who own my token. And that way, when they pay to go to my school, I'm going to put the money into the DAO, so it automatically pays them a small fee for the rest of their life. So just going to my school.
That's above my pay grade.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like, if I can do that, man.
Right. Well, you have something bigger, more complex you want to do. I mean, to me, what I would do is just say, I would start a group on Facebook and say, okay, I'm an expert in this, and just start helping people with questions and answers, okay, and seeing what they do. Don't have don't do any of this stuff yet, just to get information from people who are interested, in something like this, and you answer questions like I am doing here, and then you start thinking, okay, how could I package something to sell,
Right.
to help them? And
There's a platform called Teachable that you could actually write your
Was-
whatever it is that you're trying to do. There's a platform called Teachable where you can create your entire platform and teach people from there.
Okay.
well, I mean, right, there's people do
There's
anything.
also
Well,
one called Udemy.
Yeah,
Okay.
right,
There are several different platforms that you can actually write your
right.
description and your program
right.
and put it right in there, and people will go right to that in order to learn from your university.
Right. And,
But
and also, remember, I'm gonna be doing AMAs, because just like, see how you're more effective when you got the people in front of you and they can ask you directly, they feel more comfortable. I want to have live AMAs like this. So when I want to be able to ask me anything about crypto, I don't want to just say I'm good. And I've already proven it with my Facebook. My Facebook is at 5,000, and I've been teaching people for over a year crypto. But to reach more people, I feel like I need to have a bigger platform. That's all. That's the only. I'm already big. I just need to be bigger.
Reaching people, I mean, sure, everybody will take your money to reach people. But you don't want to do that because you're not sure how to reach them. And that's why if you have something that people could come to and sign up, why don't you start a free Facebook group, costs no money,
Okay.
and you don't know what should be in your lesson plan yet anyway.
Right. What all they don't know.
You were interested in starting crypto? I've done it. Here, ask me a question. I'll be there Thursdays, 9 to 5 or whatever it is. And you can ask me anything. And that's, you're out doing marketing study without costing you anything.
Oh, okay.
And see where the pattern is that people want. They tell you what they want.
Right.
It is, and then from what you know, then you'll be able to package it because you'll know more than them, but you don't know how they want to hear it.
Right.
That's the important thing. You know, but you have to hear how they frame the problem. So that's why if you do a course right now, you'll say, oh, they need to know this, but
may not be necessarily true. You're right. You're right. It's hard. It is very hard to know exactly where to start because everybody seems to have their own hypothesis.
So be just a crypto thing for anybody to do anything, and then start doing stuff like do a YouTube, do a TikTok or anything. Hey, people make stupid decisions on crypto doing this. Just make up shit and just do it to try to get eyeballs that eventually come to your site and you get their name or whatever, then to try to build how to do it. And see, that way, by the time you build something to sell, you'll really know it's going to sell.
Okay, no, that makes sense.
You build it and then try to find it. Oh shit, it should have been green and you painted all this red.
Right. No, you're right. Listen, I'll take advice from somebody who knows what they're doing. Listen, I found you because you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Stumbled into it, but I got an hour lesson about that, and I'll send you that. Okay.
Oh no, thank you, sir. Listen, I don't want to take too much of your time.
Okay,
listen, I love you, Mr. Lesko. I've always loved you. I love the outfits. Always got me. I remember when you used to be on TV when I was a kid. So I never thought I'd ever get to speak to you in person. So this was also like a celebrity thing for me.
Oh man,
so I really appreciate it. You have a good day, Mr. Lesko.
You bet. Thank you so, Matthew. Mr. Lesko is my father. He died long ago. Thank you so much. Okay. Well, I better get going, Sabrina. Or Sabrina, is she there?
I sure am. You can't see me at the top because of the raised hands, but I'm here with you.
Okay. Yeah, and the people, I still have their hands up. I'm sorry I can't get them tonight. We'll do them another night, but ask the question. Put your question, on Facebook. I will see it. So if you go to Facebook and start a discussion there, I'm still answering all those. So tell me what you need. And I'll get to it. May take a day, but I'll get to it. And thank you for listening and being so nice to me. And if you really knew me, you would know I don't deserve all this. But thank you so much. And thank you, Sabrina, for doing all this stuff. A little
You're very welcome. You do deserve all of this. We all do. All of
Yeah.
us have something special to share, I believe, and this is your very special thing. So I think that you do deserve a lot of appreciation, and I think our members deserve just as much appreciation because they have allowed you to create this community and they ran with it. They are the best people
Absolutely.
to work with.
Yeah, just tell me what to do, people. Take care. Good night.
If you would like to go, Matthew, I can continue to handle this, or we can end the
Good.
session entirely, whatever you would like
No.
to do.
Keep going, you help them. Okay.
All right, that sounds great.
Thank
What I
you.
was thinking, everybody, is we'll let Matthew stay and go when he's ready. And if everybody wants to take a short break and grab something to drink, get something to eat, and we'll come back at 7:15 Google time, come back in at 7:23 Google time and get some more questions answered. I'm gonna go and see what the cat's got going on. My children were panicking, like I mentioned.